Kamala Harris, why is she in my DM? Huh? She stay in my DM. Oh, y'all be thinking I'm playing. I'm not playing. Kamala Harris. She in my DM, bitch.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Talk the Real Deal with AT2. Hold on, let me put my phone down. And yes, I'm your boy AT2. How everybody doing? How everybody living? How everybody feeling today? What's up, everybody? Hopefully y'all doing good. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I appreciate y'all being here, whether or not it's your first time here or if you're the last time here. Hey, I still got the click in the view, so that means I still got money, so. But anyway, let me say what's up to the people. What's up, everybody on Facebook? Shout out to Shannon. Shout out to Melanie. Thank you. Oh, did you send stars, Shannon? Thank you. I appreciate that. For those of you who don't know, on Facebook, instead of super chats, it's called stars. And you can send it to people and, support them. What's up, Miss Shug? What's up, RD? What's up, Zero No Highest? What's up, Poetic? What's up, Truth? What's up, Beauty for Ashes? What's up, Chelsea? What's up, Mia? Nice to see my AT2bers here. What's up, Mary? Is Nadi here? What's up, Annie? How you doing? What's up, Ronnie? What's up, Gigi? What's up, Grown Woman? Don't Try Me. Who else we got here? What's up, Winnie? What's up, Ray? What's up, Mary D? What's up, everybody? Thank y'all for coming. What's up, Jay? I see everybody coming in the building. Say hello to everybody. What's up, Messy Ho? What's up, Joyful? Real quick before we start the show, Nadi, when does your free hotel expire? Because I'm thinking about doing a Vegas meetup in April again. So let me know when your free hotel expires, because maybe we'll do it in April before it expires, unless you try to go earlier. But yeah, we'll talk about it later. Okay. All right. So we're going to talk about this whole TGIF thing, as well as y'all think that Michelle Atlien Brown is using me. And I'm like, where's this coming from? Trust me, the comments, the comments been eating me up. They're like, you doing her dirty work and you doing everything. And I'm just all like, where are you guys getting this from? I was all like, I have my own opinion. Like, I don't understand, like, but again, people try to get you to hate certain content creators or don't rock with them and stuff like that. So I get the game. So we'll talk about that later. But I wanted to talk about Funky Dineva. Funky went ahead and, told us that, oh yeah, I went ahead, talked to Armon, we compared notes and all this other stuff. And basically he said, I'm not putting no blame on Al. I'm not putting no blame on Al. I'm going to continue to say what I said. I stand behind what I said, but I'm not going to put any blame on Al. And this is crazy because, in his response video, he made it seem like, oh, if there's anything I need to apologize for, I'll go ahead and apologize. So let's watch this, and then let's watch his new video.
Now, y'all, I am sitting in my house, and I'm just like reading the comments on my last live and just piecing things together. And I am in this house laughing my behind off because where I am right now mentally definitely feels like that position that Portia was in on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, where her and Phaedra got into it about that stuff with Candy, and Phaedra lied about where the information came from and had Portia up here looking stupid. I was going through the comments, and the overwhelming majority of a lot of the comments are saying that I'm gaslighting Armon and that I'm refusing to call out Al. And I'm like, okay, so many people are saying this, like something has to be a little off, or there is a piece that's missing that either is not connecting with me or not connecting with y'all. So let me just clear up one thing, and so we can all try to get a little bit of understanding. Everybody's saying Al is a snake, and why don't I call out Al? I am completely being honest here, and it has nothing to do with friendship. It has nothing to do with friendship. Up until the time that I left, there was nothing for me to call Al out on outside of what we've already talked about, which is the text messages, so on and so forth. I'm seeing things in the comments about investigations, Al allegedly talking to HR, trying to get Armon fired. I am here to tell y'all at 11:25 p.m. on August 8th of 2024, I do not know nothing about that, and I did not know nothing about that. A lot of people are saying, I need to watch Armon's video because he posted some receipts. That's all fine and well. I don't indulge in trauma porn. I'm not watching nothing with somebody going off on me. You can tell your mama to do that, okay? But if anybody wants to call me and explain to me what I'm missing, then I am open to hearing it. But as far as you need to call out Al, I don't know what I would be calling him out on at this point because I was not there. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he and I communicated and he kept me abreast of things that were going on at TGIF. And, as with anything, people tell the stories from their side. They do. And it's not hard for me to believe much of what was coming out of his mouth because it was consistent with a lot of what was going on when I was there. But again, call out Al, call out Al. I have no problem calling out anybody who was wrong, including myself. And I have no problem coming back and correcting something if I was wrong. I am operating in this moment off of the information that I have. Okay. When I left TGIF, Claudia and I, we were no longer in a relationship, and me and Armon never talked again. Nobody ever called me and said, let me tell you what Al did. Nobody ever said, Al is trying to get me fired. These are all things that I am finding out, and all of that is allegedly. So again, call out Al. I don't know what I'm calling him out on. And it's funny because quiet as it's kept, if I'm being totally honest, it's beginning to look like my ass the same way I said Armon got swept up in some stuff that he didn't know that he was getting swept up in. It's starting to look like my ass done got swept up in some stuff that I don't know. So if somebody want to fill me in, if somebody want to call me and let me know what all the hell going on, please call me because I don't appreciate sitting up here on the internet looking like Portia when she was looking stupid down to that reunion. And if I'm being totally honest, that's how I feel right now. I don't know what's going on. I really don't know what's going on. Somebody fill me in.
So right there, it looked like he was like, if I'm wrong, I'll go ahead and accept accountability for what I'm wrong for. I'll go ahead and come out, make a statement and say, this is the actual story. Somebody fill me in, right? Well, he did end up talking to Armon, as we said, he was going to reach out to Armon and stuff like that. Well, this was his new response, and this was on Monday.
One last note. Me and Armon Wiggins, we talked the other day. We had a very long conversation. We compared notes, and he and I are fine. He and I are absolutely fine. All is clear, and as far as I'm concerned, and I think he's concerned, there really is nothing else left to talk about in this situation. After comparing notes and after being sent screenshots and emails and looking at everything that's involved, I am still leaving y'all with this. Y'all still don't have the full picture. All right. Y'all still don't have the full picture. And I'm not knocking any of y'all because you're doing the same thing that I did, which is going based off of the information that you have. Whatever. No big deal. Last but not least, you need to call out Al. You need to call out Al. You need to call out Al. Whether y'all like it or not, any correction of Al that needs to be made on my behalf will be made in private. Any correction or anything that I need to say to Al in reference to getting him together or correcting him will be said in private. I'm not correcting Al in public for the sake of y'all's entertainment. All right. That's not what y'all would do. Y'all don't get on the internet and correct y'all friends publicly, especially if it's a relationship that I still want. Al is my friend. He's going to be my friend. And if I need to correct Al, I will correct Al in private. I'm not sitting up here and correcting Al on a public platform just to make y'all feel good. And you can call me hypocritical or not. Yes, I'm going to call out a bitch that I don't like. If I don't care about you, I'm going to talk about your ass like a dog on the internet. If I don't love you, I'm going to talk about your ass like a dog on the internet. But if I love you, I'm going to correct you in public, in private. And that's just to it. Does that make me a hypocrite by some people's standards? But I really don't give a damn. I am talking to my friend if I need to talk to him about anything in private. And y'all cannot condemn me for doing the same thing your ass would do. How many of y'all would get on the internet and read y'all friend? But you're going to read that bitch that you don't like. So it is what it is. And y'all, I am officially done with this. The people asked me, I gave my pieces, and that's all I got for it. You said you corrected Armon. Didn't I just tell y'all? Nevertheless, it went down the way it went down, and I'm like Nene Leaks, and I ain't changing it. I ain't changing it. It went down the way it went down, and I ain't changing it. Okay? That's what it is on that. With that being said,
So this is the issue. And I did drop the link. I know Sean is here, so I dropped the link for him. If he wants to come up, he doesn't have to, but if he wants to, he can. Funky went ahead, made those grand statements about Armon, but now that the tides have turned and the public perception was, oh, well, we think Al is the cause of a lot of this drama, or Al played a role at least in the drama. It's all like, oh, I don't want to talk about my friend. You know, that's my friend. In which you shouldn't talk about your friend. I agree with them in that sense of you should not talk about your friend. Like, that is your friend. Like, don't out them. Don't embarrass them. Don't try to play them out to the public. Totally understand that. Totally get that. However, the issue is that you said in that video with the green screen, oh, if there's something I'm missing, I'm willing to apologize, blah, blah, blah. Well, after the conversation, you didn't apologize. So either Armon had some BS that he showed you and you didn't care about, or two, you were never going to call out Al ever. You were never going to call him out. Which, again, I said that is completely fine. If your thing was like, I'm not going to call out Al, that is my friend, no matter what, then that should have been stated. Don't come on your channel or on Instagram and be like, hey, am I missing something? I'm willing to apologize if I did something wrong, blah, blah, blah. At least, you know, don't say that. Just say, hey, I had a conversation with Armon and it is what it is, and that's it. I don't think we needed to know everything. You needed to make this grand statement that, oh, I'm so confused and I didn't understand, because the way you set it up, you're on a flight. Oh, you're on a flight. Okay. Because the way you set it up was that, whatchamacallit? It was like you were Portia in that Real Housewives reunion. For those of you who don't know, when Phaedra had told Portia about that lie that Candy was trying to drug her and, you know, take her into the dungeon and all that stuff, right? Portia was all like, well, I heard it from Phaedra. And then Phaedra was all like, oh, I didn't say that. I didn't make that up. And then that's when Portia was all like, I don't know what's going on and all that stuff. So that's the reference. So you basically made it seem like not Portia. You made Al seem like Phaedra, who's the liar. And then you, Portia, all innocent and don't know what's going on. That's what, you know, it is. However, I do believe they had a conversation, and I think Funky was probably like, hey, I'm going to rock with my friend no matter what. I'm going to rock with my friend, and this is what it is. Yeah, he might be this, he might be that, but I'm going to rock with my friend until the end. And I think we would have respected that more if he just would have said that than trying to make it seem like, oh, I'm unbiased and, you know, I'm just here to speak the truth and this is my opinion. When you grandstand on being unbiased and being, you know, for what's true and what's factual, that's why people are having a problem. Because now we're looking at you and we're all like, well, when you were corrected about something or when we brought something up to your attention, you have nothing to say about it. It's all like, oh, I would never get on here and correct my friend and say all this. Mind you, again, I still blame Carlos King because he kicked all this shit back up. But at the same time, you also played a role into talking about it and then saying Armon needed to grow up and all this other stuff. Let's not forget about that. And we got to be honest about something too. Funky wasn't too happy about what happened after he got let go or he quit or whatever, because he started going live at the same time, started calling out Claudia, and then was all like, okay, well, I'm going to leave that lady alone. But then you still were going live at 5 or 8 o'clock y'all time, but 5 o'clock my time, but was going live at the same time as Fox Soul. So if you wanted to see it do good and you wanted to support it, you would have been a cheerleader for supporting that show. You would have changed your time to at least 6 o'clock, or you would have changed your time to some time that wasn't the same time as Fox Soul. You were trying to be petty. So we got to be honest about the things that we do. And again, I feel like everyone plays a role. And I think another thing that people had a problem with was like, okay, so Funky, you telling us that everything was perfect when you was there? Like everything was just grand. Peachy keen, as they say, right? That's an old school term, by the way. You saying everything was okay, everything was all right. There was no problems while you was there. Just a little text message thing. That's the only thing that happened, but I thought we got over it. You saying that was the only thing. Because I have a feeling that there's going to be some more Zoom calls released. I don't think the Zoom calls are over with. I think there's going to be more Zoom calls released. And I would like to see a few Zoom calls with Funky Dineva. Everyone think, yeah. And like I said, when I initially had watched the, Sean said there is. When I had initially watched the interview with Carlos King, I agree with the stuff that he was saying. I agreed. Does Armon have a right to be upset with the way things went down? Yes, of course. But it's how you deal with it. And you have to blame all three hosts, Al, Claudia, and Armon, because remember, they were like, oh no, the show's not canceled. We're just on a hiatus. You guys are making things up. And remember, Armon on his channel, when the show went on hiatus, he was like, I love Al and I love Claudia. Did he or did he not say that he loved Al and Claudia? Put a 1 in the chat if you remember him saying that. He tried to make it seem like everything was cool. This hiatus was planned, blah, blah, blah. So they all four, right? 4 of them are to blame, right? Including Funky, right? Yeah, so he initially came out and lied about it. So you have to take accountability. For me, if I knew that I had, like, for example, if I have a problem with a YouTuber, usually y'all know who I don't like and who I like and stuff like that, right? But I usually will keep it clear, like, okay, well, I necessarily don't rock with this YouTuber, but I'm not gonna say, hey, guy, I love them, they're great, they're grand. I would never say that if I truly didn't like a YouTuber or something like that. I would never try to lie to y'all. Kiki, don't be talking about my best friend Joyce. Shout out to Joyce, by the way. And I still want that Joyce interview. The way y'all was screaming and yelling at that poor old lady about to give her high blood pressure and had her cholesterol going up and everything like that. Should be ashamed of yourself. Shout out to Miss Joyce. Sean said, all Claudia is Justin doing is digging a hole with these leaks. Those Zoom recordings without consent is the property of Fox. Yo, speaking of that, Sean, I was thinking, I was all like, this is supposed to be like confidential. Like, imagine your Zoom call being leaked, you know, at work, and it's being leaked to the public. Like, isn't that a whole like issue right there? Like, that's why I was all like, I don't think this is a good thing, y'all. Now, trust me, it's putting money in our pockets, but I don't think it's a good thing overall to be leaking those calls and stuff like that. honestly, to tell you the truth, it sounds like Funky, Claudia, Armon, and Al could come together and probably do, like a class action lawsuit against Fox if they were smart, but they all fighting individual fights. They could all come together. How many of y'all ever got one of them settlement checks from an old job? Put a one in the chat if you got a settlement from an old job before. They could definitely get them a settlement. See how stupid? Why? They don't be thinking with their brain, y'all. You gotta think with your head. Yeah, they could definitely come and get them a class action lawsuit, but they're not even thinking correctly. They're not even thinking with their brain. Because obviously it was chaotic. Obviously, there was no structure to the show. And I'm talking behind the scenes. I feel like they could honestly come together and do some kind of class action lawsuit. But they're not even thinking, with their brain and thinking like, oh, well, sometimes you don't realize that you worked at a bad job until after the job is over with. It happens a lot. Trust me. There's some stuff all like, damn, maybe I should have said this or said that. Like, one of my jobs, I definitely should have sued, y'all. Definitely, because they set my ass up. Mind you, Al is on Fox. Oh, see? So Al is still employed by Fox. He still has some kind of contract with Fox. So he's still working for Fox. That does say a lot. And Sean had said this before. Why is Al still employed, but the other ones are not? It says a lot. That is true. And again, I feel like a lot of times where you have, okay, well, I'm just going to give out partial of the story and not the full story. Even Funky had alluded to in that video that you guys don't have the full story. There's a lot going on and all this other stuff. Well, would somebody put out the full story so we can be done with it? Like, can we stop putting out little pieces of it? Like, put out the whole shit at this point. And I was going to talk about all of this yesterday, y'all, but I just really wanted a break from the TGIF. We talked about Keke, Keke Palmer and her situation. We talked about that. And we will talk about the Kalani situation too as well. But that one was really heavy, and I was all like, yeah, I'm going to save that for later because there's a lot of parts to that Kalani one. Sean said Al are great friends with Messy Joyce. Well, Sean, did Al apologize for screaming at that poor old woman? Did he apologize, Sean? Poor Joyce. Oh, he said Fox did their investigation. Al is still employed. So if I'm going to take that if I'm going to dissect that, what you're saying basically is that after the lawsuit, after the lawsuit, not the lawsuit, I'm sorry. After the investigation, everybody found that Al was telling the truth. And then that's why he still is contracted by, okay, I get it. I understand it. Now, is that why Al was in Napa the other day? Joyce is about to blacklist me. No, Joyce. I'm defending Joyce. I'm defending her. I'm defending her against all those ghetto hoodlums that was yelling and screaming at her. Y'all seen the video. I'm defending her. Shit. It's the other people that was screaming and yelling at Joyce, Joyce might be a little messy, but that po old sweet woman was yelled and screamed and terrorized. Oh my God. Alice filming a cooking wine show. Oh, okay. Congratulations to Al. See, and that's another thing that the host didn't do. I'm talking about all of them. They should have waited until they got them another job to then, tell what was going on and what happened. Because right now, they all unemployed. Well, Sean is saying Al is still employed, but the looks of it right now, it seems like they all unemployed. And so they doing all this talking, but they didn't book another job. Like, you got to wait to book another job and then you do your talking. And I think it's smart that Al has been so quiet. Let me go ahead, let them talk, and then and then I might say something, or I have my best friend say it for me. And then, leave it as is. It's a smart maneuver. Let me make sure I'm booking jobs, and then I'll say whatever I got to say. And I want to say something too, because a lot of people think like, oh, you're this and you're that because Sean came on your platform. No, I dragged Al. As soon as I seen that video of Al yelling at that sweet old poor woman, Joyce, I yelled and cussed him out too, because that was wrong, right? But again, Claudia is allowed to come over here. Funky is allowed to come over here. Armon is allowed to come over here. Everybody is allowed to say whatever, or not even, you don't even have to come over. You can just DM me and be like, hey, AT2, what you said was not true, or this is the actually what happened, blah, blah, blah. Everybody has access to me. So when you guys say, oh, you're doing this or you're doing that, no, if you want to correct me about something, everybody has a way of reaching out to me and correcting the situation, or I don't want to say correcting, giving their side. Because do I think Al is 100% innocent? No. Obviously not. No. I definitely don't. But I'll tell you this. The reason why we talk about the other people so much is because they're the only ones doing the talking. If Al was out there talking, we would dissect his words and everything like that, wouldn't we? But the only people that have been talking is Funky, Armon, and Claudia. They've been the most vocal. I seen some video the other day where Al was in the airport. He was like, I know y'all want to know about the TGIF stuff, but I'm not going to talk about that right now. He basically just pawned it off. But when we hear Al or his story, that's when we'll dissect everything that he says. For right now, we got Sean. Y'all listen, y'all love destroying and eating up Sean. Y'all straight up eat Sean up. And hey, it's a part of the thing. Like when you out there being vocal and you express yourself, naturally people are gonna have an opinion. But we haven't heard directly from Al. And I think that's why it seems that, oh, Al is getting more favorable. Well, it's not that. We just haven't heard from him yet. AT2, do you think Al has some tea on Funky? I think they have some tea on each other. Now, am I saying that's why they're so cool and close? No. But I think they have tea on each other. And I think, that's one of the things like, yeah, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to bash my friend or anything like that. Now, do I know how serious the tea is or whatnot? No, I don't know. But I probably, they work with each other for 3-4 years. So, yeah, he got to have something on him or on each other. And they're actual friends. So at the same time, yeah, you're friends. Of course, you guys know each other's secrets and stuff like that. So I wouldn't be surprised. Why you think Al still have a paycheck is because they lying on him. That video leak was unprofessional. Them people were Zoom going. Oh, the Zoom. Who knew it could be so much drama over Zoom? Ask diarrhea of the mouth, Sean. Listen, Sean probably got all the tea. I'm pretty sure he got tea on Al and everything like that. But that's his friend. He ain't gonna out his friend and stuff like that. Well, I'm pretty sure he does. But yeah, all of this over some Zoom, right? Some Zoom coworkers. Ain't that something? Uh, the leak was a little trifling, but yo, shout out to New York. Yeah, the leak was trifling as hell. However, I was here for it. I ain't gonna say, it wasn't no good content. Like, shit, people do what they do. I wouldn't have done that, as far as leaking my job's Zoom calls and stuff like that. I would never do something like that. Funky trying to make Armon look like that the one that ruined TGIF, but ended up telling on himself. Right. And like I said, that's what the people, that's why people was having a problem, because they're all like, okay, well, you went ahead and said Armon needed to do this, but you didn't say anything about nobody else, But that straight up, shout out to Make It Make Sense. No, I gotta show the taco meat, but ain't nobody send me no money though. I actually shaved it. That's probably why I ain't getting no money. But if you'd like to donate, you can send a super chat, super sticker, or a Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Y'all see it up there. Al better not make Sean mad. No, they're business partners. I don't think Sean is gonna turn on Al. But trust me, my panel will be open. If Sean ever want to, do an expose, my panel will always be open for it. But no, they're business partners. I don't see them turning on each other. Let me see. Linking the calls is a testament of how low Claudia. It's extreme, That didn't sound right. Something is weird. Why is he still employed? Exactly. We don't have the full story. That, it is strange. Oh, thank you, Mary. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay. So I want to go ahead and talk about Michelle. Shout out to Michelle Atlien Brown, our friend to the show, because, again, I've been getting comments all like, don't let Michelle ruin your show. Michelle is trying to sabotage you and get you into some drama or some mess. And I'm all like, no. Like, Michelle is here because she's entertained by the show and what we are talking about. Now, there's been a few instances, like this whole text message thing that Claudia was talking about, how Al got a text message and all this stuff. And I was like, oh, Michelle had talked about it, because remember, Michelle had said Al had got fired and then she helped him get his job back. Remember that whole thing? We did a video on it. So I've been able to reference some of her videos when it comes to a lot of this Fox Soul drama and stuff like that, right? And Michelle had talked about also, too, that whole text message controversy. She was all like, I don't know anything about a text message. Michelle was all like, it was me, Al, and Nene on the phone talking. And then I told him I was going live. Now, if that sparked Al to be all like, oh, shit, I better go talk to Claudia. Now, if that was the reason, that is what it is. But I know there was a lot of controversy about that, because some people were all like, no, Nene was going to send a text message to a blogger and they were going to post it or something like that. But Michelle said she talked to Nene, and Nene said, no, I never sent Claudia anything. And like Michelle said, all three of them were on the phone, and she told Al she was going live. Now, whatever else happened with a text message, or he told her or whatnot, that's on them, at the end of the day. But again, it was something that was said that they had worked on or got over, so it shouldn't be a story no more, right? That shouldn't even be a story. But again, Michelle isn't using me. I just don't get that. It's not, oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Nani. Thank you. It's not all the time that you get, especially the blog goddess, someone who's been doing this for a long time, and somebody of that stature actually show love to people who are seen as not on their level, you know, and I'm doing quotations because a lot of people like to say you're not on my level and stuff like that. So not on my level. A lot of people don't, you know, support you or show you love or show you gratitude. A lot of people just look at you like, oh yeah, that little blogger, you know, they like to sun you and pat you on the head. A lot of them will do that to you. For example, do you see Funky over here? Funky is welcome to, you know, come in the chat, say hello. Do you see Armon over here? Armon is allowed to be over here and say hello. Do you see Tasha K over here? Tasha K has been in my chat a couple of times, a while ago, but a couple of times. But do you see her over here right now? No. Do you see Lovely T over here? No. Do you see, well, that's not a good example. Hell, what we talking about big timers, you see people like Make It Make Sense over here. But Make It Make Sense, a lot of y'all don't know about him. Like before he became like a YouTuber, he was watching everyone and he was like showing love to everyone, supporting, you know, all content creators. And he's somebody who was inspired by watching us. And then he went ahead, got his own channel, and he has grown his platform. Wow. He's at 180K. Like, shout out to Make It Make Sense. You know, he's doing the damn thing. But even Make It Make Sense at the level he is, he always comes down and show love to everybody. He still rock with the people that have been here before him and show them respect. So again, going back to Michelle, you don't have people that actually do that. On top of that, it's usually like if a larger content creator comes to you, they're trying to get something out of you or manipulate you. Like a lot of my opinions are not the same as Michelle and vice versa. She has her own opinions. Just like when I said Claudia would fit better than Just Hilarious. I think Just Hilarious was horrible for that Breakfast Club position. I think Claudia would have fit in better. And that's the truth. I don't want to say fact because it's an opinion, but it's the truth. And Michelle did not agree with me. She said, no, Jess is way better than Claudia. So yeah, I'm allowed to have my own opinion. Like it's not no, and here's the thing, when we have a difference of opinion, we don't necessarily need to drag each other and talk about each other. And yeah, like y'all always want to make it like a thing, like we need to fight and drag each other. No, it's not always like that. Just like Make It Make Sense. Make It Make Sense doesn't have the same opinions and everything that I do, but I don't go on my channel and be like, oh yeah, Make It Make Sense is wrong and all this other stuff. You know, we're all biased in our own way. Let's not even play ourselves. We're all biased. But at the end of the day, it's the way you present your opinion. That's really what it is. Just like when it comes to this whole TGIF, I don't hate Claudia. I don't hate Armon. I don't hate Funky. I don't hate Al. The reason why we're talking about it is because they literally ruin their own job. And so, yeah, when you get fired from your job, we're going to talk about it. If Make It Make Sense got fired from Fox Soul, we would talk about it. If Michelle Atlien Brown got fired from Fox Soul, we would talk about it. If AT2 was on Fox Soul and I got fired, I'm probably going to cry, but y'all would have the right to drag. Oh, trust me, y'all have no problem dragging my ass. So y'all would drag me, right? Y'all would definitely drag me. Like y'all would not, y'all wouldn't be like, oh, we're going to go easy on AT2. No, you would drag me. And again, it was a show that was on YouTube. So this is why it's such a big thing. And honestly, I think, and another thing, I believe the reason why everybody is talking about this is because, or everyone's so interested because a void is missing. I think a lot of people want a new show kind of similar to that, whole TGIF thing. And so a lot of people did watch that show. I know I talked about, I didn't really watch it. We all kind of talk shit about it. But there were a lot of people who watched that show. And can a lot of y'all hit that like button too? Because it say I only got a few likes. Oh, it say I only got 80. Now hit that damn like button. Why I only got 85 likes? Michelle said, why am I? Michelle, can you click the link? I know what the link says is only for Sean, but can you click the link? I just explained it to him. But again, people are missing that void. Some people want something like a TGIF to fill that void, that time slot that's missing. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys are missing that time slot. Like you guys would like a show that could replace that. I mean, Funky Dineva is there, but I don't think people... It's not a panel show with difference of opinions and, stuff like that. I think people are missing it. That's honestly why this is such a big thing. What's up, Abigail? I'll be in LA soon. Now, why y'all in here saying that we was hating on Michelle? Funky isn't consistent, though. Yeah, it's not consistent. Because he'll take a break when he wants to, right? Or he'll not go live or whatnot. Oh, not me. Okay, got you, Truth. Okay, thank you. Okay, I was like, see, there y'all go starting again. Okay, you're saying the people. Okay, got you. Okay, here she go. What's up, Michelle? How you doing? You sound kind of muffled a little bit. Yeah, it sounds like you underwater.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, you sound perfect.
It was switched to my earpods, and I don't even know where they are. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm good.
I'm
scared because I just literally just walked in. I don't know what y'all talking about. I just saw my picture when I opened YouTube. I'm like, no, why am I in it?
Yeah, because they've been doing it for the past couple of weeks, but they're all like, oh, don't let Michelle bring your channel down. She's trying to use you. And I'm all like, huh? Like, what's going on? And I'm just all like,
using anybody. I support people. I'm not one of those YouTubers who don't watch YouTubers. I watch everybody. I ain't gonna lie. I hate watch. I watch. I see. You know what I mean? I support people. If it's a topic that I want to hear more about and see what people want to talk about, I watch everybody. You, Couture Bay, everybody. I contribute. You know what I mean? I feel like YouTube is big enough for us all. So I don't understand how I'm using somebody.
Right. And here's the thing too, like I said, the other people, like the bigger bloggers, they don't come down and show love and, support other content creators. They stay in their own little lane or stay in their world or stick with the people that they know they can manipulate.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all like Michelle honestly is a supportive of other content creators and like what we do. And she always shouts us out. So that's what I was letting them know. I was all like, it's not she's using me. And I even said we had a difference of opinion when I said Claudia would have fit better in the Breakfast Club than just hilarious. I was like,
I
Michelle
disagree.
disagreed. Yeah. Now, if she was paying me and all this other stuff, wouldn't I have had the same opinion and everything if I agreed with everything she said?
Now, what would I be paying you to say exactly? I'm just confused. Like, how is this benefiting me? If you know,
Right.
like I don't understand.
Right. That's the thing. No, like, there's no kind of like, there's not no kind of back behind the scenes corroboration to try to take people down or nothing like that. And just like I said, if Michelle was on Fox Soul and yelled at poor old lady Joyce and was acting a fool, we would drag her too. Fair game. But Michelle didn't get fired from her job. She worked by herself.
Mm-hmm. And I wasn't sitting there recording Zoom calls like this and doing this. Joyce, Joyce.
Right.
I'm not a liar. I swear on a stack of Bibles.
Again, like that, you weren't on the show. Like, we're talking about it because it was a popular show on YouTube. So it's fair game. It's fair commentary. Everybody is talking about it.
And I'm invested because, as I've always said, they stole the show from Nene. The whole concept was stolen from Nene. Nene and them 5 gay guys sitting in her lounge doing the read session and all of that. Like, it is what it is. So, karma.
Right. And I think people don't realize that you have been talking about Fox Soul from back in the beginning when it first started out, because you was one Flop Soul. You've been talking about Flop Soul since the beginning. Mm-hmm. Like, you weren't new to this. It just happened that now the show's over with. It's came to an end. So yeah, now everything that you were saying kind of came into fruition because you knew some shit was going on over there.
Mm-hmm. And people still mad at me for saying Junkie was fired. All of that, He lied. I'm sorry. I won't call him that over here. I'm sorry.
No, but I mentioned about the whole situation with Al. You know how Claudia's saying that she got a text message from him and all that stuff. And what someone had left in my comments had said that it was Nene had accidentally sent a text to Al, and she was trying to forward it to a blogger to put out the receipt or something like that. And then I was like, Michelle clarified that and said, no, we was on a phone call. It was a 3-way phone call.
Mm-hmm. It was on a 3-way.
Yeah,
so it wasn't no text. It wasn't nothing like that. Yeah, we talked about it. And, then I went live and I said Al had gotten fired. And remember, Claudia was under everybody post saying, Michelle lied. Did nobody get fired? And I said, I bet you Al won't say I'm lying. So Al never said a word, just like he's not saying a word right now, but which don't really mean much. But Claudia's always somewhere trying to prove somebody wrong. Like, girl, like, it is what it is. The show is canceled. I don't understand what the big to-do is right now. You know what I mean? So
right. And do you think that Claudia hasn't let go of her beef with Nene?
Yes, I think she has not let go of her beef with Nene.
You're seen as the representative for Nene, so that's why
Claudia was scarred because of the read that Nene did on her. Even though people say that Claudia got the best, that CLIT and left your body thing, that stuck with Claudia. And you know how she is about, being seen as a HORE, a WHORE. So yeah, I actually, I said this on my thing last night. I actually text Nene and I text her those. Look, I'll show it to you. I text her Claudia last night, and this is what Mad Beast had said. And then she was like, what is she talking about? That girl is crazy.
Wow, exclusive. See, but yet, like you said, you had showed it on your channel the other day. But what's crazy is that even with everything that has happened, the time that has passed, why do you think Claudia has not just let it go?
Because, like Nene said, Claudia has the I, but not the T. Claudia can't garner an audience. And and I know people think I'm
Mhm.
hating when I say this, you know what I'm saying? But you can look at her Instagram or her YouTube or whatever. Claudia get the same amount of views that I get on my Instagram, and I'm not even active on it. You know what I mean? It's like 100
Mm.
people in there watching her, or on her YouTube channel. Like, she wants what I have, because I have a good live following on her YouTube page. She gets barely no views. Like, she's gone live several times on her YouTube channel. Nobody's watching Claudia. Nobody's invested in it. And people may like her in a group or whatever. That's what she says. She likes to be in a group, but by herself, she can't do what we do. You know what I mean? And that's a lot of us. So
Right. And I appreciated you saying the other day, you was all like, there's plenty of people I helped and stuff like that, but I don't try to rub it in their face. And like I was saying, when Claudia's all like, I helped put money in people's pocket and all this stuff, like, yeah, that's great. Like, I'm not denying like you didn't, but you're rubbing it in people's face, and everybody already thinks like you think that you're above everybody, and especially when it comes to Black people,
it's like
you
she's
got
trying to buy their loyalty. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
I did this and I did that, and they shouldn't be treating me like this because I did that. But if you are a horrible person, regardless of what you did for somebody, they're going to separate themselves from you. And I don't even like Junkie Dineva. And you see how he separated himself from her. I'm not in relationship with Claudia. That's the tea right there. Let's find out why he's not in relationship with Claudia anymore.
Right. And what was the thing that he had in his back pocket that he was going to use one day?
That they stole the show from Nene.
You think that's what it is?
I think that's what it is. I think that he was all on board, like, let's do it. Because remember, he did a whole expose dragging Nene. He dragged Flame Monroe. Remember that. He dragged Nene when she came out with the read session. Go back to his channel and do some research and watch that video. It was very vapid. He said a whole lot of like horrible things about Nene. And the reason he hates her so much is because me and her are cool, and he wishes it was him. Because that was his
you
favorite
said that
housewife.
yesterday.
And
Wow.
so, yeah, he dragged her for that whole research. He even went on Jason Lee's channel and dragged Nene over the read session because Nene and Jason had fell out during that time. So it's always, you have to like, follow the choo-choo train and put all the things together. And then at the end of the train, you see how everything fits. Like Claudia, Junkie, and Al were all at Cynthia's wedding. Nene had fell out with Cynthia. They all talking about Nene and blah, 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 and how Nene had read Cynthia, yada, yada, yada. Let's get her. We could do the show that she was going to do. Okay, let's do it.
Right.
Boom.
Thank you, Subby Par. I appreciate it. She said, do you believe Funky when he says he doesn't watch other YouTubers? He's probably watching now, especially since
all YouTubers watch other YouTubers, even YouTubers with millions of subscribers. Funky, I call him Funky over here because it is what it is. Yeah. But he doesn't have that many subscribers to be the godfather of what? Like, he didn't start that. Like, there are so many other YouTubers who was doing it well before him. Love B. Scott, The Scorpion Show, Sweet Addiction. It was so many people on YouTube. It's hell, James Caldwell, Sean Bradley, even all them over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were doing it well before Junkie. So it's like he can't sit up here and act like, he's the god of this when we are all right here on YouTube today. And it don't matter how many subs you have or don't have. The views is what matters, and we all get them. So
right, because he said, there was nobody before him. He was the one that started it all. And now that you mentioned, I remember there was a Scorpion show back in the day. I think they're still here, but they're
still around.
Yeah.
B. Scott actually left YouTube because of that whole Chris Stokes thing, because Chris Stokes was suing all of us back then. And yeah.
So when
Chris Stokes sued me, he actually had me and Junkie on the same lawsuit, and Junkie went behind my back and kind of made a little deal with Chris to remove the content from his website. And so Chris took him off the lawsuit, but I stand on my stuff and I wouldn't remove anything. And so I took it all away.
Wow. See, I didn't know that. So he went and made a deal while you was still young. Was that before everything had happened or after everything happened?
That was before, actually. We were still cool.
Wow. Because
it was my lawyer that was helping him. It was my lawyer that helped him with the whole Chateau Charest stuff.
Yeah. Y'all was in another lawsuit together with the Chateau Charest.
Mhm.
Which, by the way, that
Because I
video is
produced
still
that whole
hilarious.
scene. I produced it all. I was in it, but I produced it. It was my photographer that was filming. So yeah, it's listen, I'm being Claudia right now. He should thank me.
He's a thing. I gave him a job.
Right. But yeah,
yeah,
I mentored him. I mean, it is what it is. I mentored him, and a lot of people know it or whatever. Same way I'm mentoring Josh. Like at the end of the day, my friends are my friends, and if I'm on here and y'all see them and y'all think they're funny, I'm like, hey, do this, do this. So it's enough
right,
money
you
out here
help
for
them.
everybody. Mm-hmm.
That's what you're supposed to do. Do
Mm-hmm.
you feel that because a lot of people say that you are using Josh as well too?
How I'm using Josh when I'm putting money in his pocket. I'm not paying him to be on YouTube. YouTube paying him. And he gets on here, he talks about what he wants to talk about. And here's the crazy thing. He has his own experience with these people. I met Josh through Junkie. You know what I'm saying? Josh is out
Oh.
in these streets. He hangs out with Miss Lawrence and stuff. So he knows TS. He knows TS. So yeah. So he got his own relationship. He got his own issues. If you look at Josh's channel, go all the way back to the beginning. Josh was in court with me and Kaya and TS. So he knows stuff.
Oh, so he's been there forever.
Mm-hmm. Go look at his
because I
oldest
just
videos.
recently got introduced to him more recently. I didn't know he's been around since the beginning.
Yeah, because I told him, like back then, I told him he needed to start a channel. He started it. He couldn't stand the heat because people was like dragging him and all in his business with his relationships and all this stuff. So Josh literally like kind of quit. And then like now I'm like, go back to YouTube, go back to YouTube. They like you because he's always on my channel as my co-host and stuff.
Right.
So he started doing his own videos. He talks about what he wants to talk about. And I'm his cheerleader. So, if he want to windmill for me, so be it. Like he said, everybody can windmill for everybody else. People windmilling for Junkie, people windmilling for TS. So why can't people windmill for me if they want to?
Right. Oh, thank you, Tyra. I appreciate that. And thank you, Subby.
Yes, y'all. Cash App, Super Chat. Support your content creator. $sign the real AT2. Okay. Put some money in the tip jar.
Yes, tip me. But that's great to know that he's been there since the beginning. And like you said, he has his own relationship with everyone else. So this is why he's able to speak on these things. Because I heard Maddie say something like, I tapped you on your shoulder and then we had a conversation about your friend, speaking of you, and all that. So yeah, he's been involved with everybody. So it's not like a thing where he's just coming out the woodwork just talking about everybody.
And then he debunked that too. He was like, T.S. Madison didn't do all that. T.S. Madison may have said something to him about me. He was like, that's my friend, and and they kept it moving. Like it wasn't no beef, it wasn't no nothing. Because it is what it is. TS got friends, I got friends. This Atlanta, it is what it is, so ain't no running up on nobody in these streets because I've been here a lot longer.
Right. Do you like Atlanta? Because I haven't been to, I've been to the airport and I have family in Atlanta, but it just seemed like it's so messy out there.
It's not messy. I've been here all my life. Okay. I wasn't born here, but I was raised here. I've been here since I was 6 years old. So it's like I have friends here that I went to school with. I have deep inside the music industry. Big Boy is my homie. Okay. That's why I'm ATLien and can't nobody else.
Right.
Yes. Andre named him ATLien because he came from Savannah, landed in Atlanta, and chose to stay. And then I took ATLien as my pen name because I was such a fan of Outkast. And then Big Boy said I'm the only person who could be called ATLien besides him. So it's I mean, this is my home. And a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people aren't deep in this like I am. Like Phaedra Parks was my attorney before she was on The Housewives. So we can go.
Was you there when she was representing Bobby Brown?
Well, yeah, she did represent Bobby Brown. She did. And then Phaedra was my attorney. Tamika Raymond, who was married to Usher at the time, was mad at me for my coverage. And I was scared because I thought Tamika was going to pull up on me. And so I filed a restraining order against Tamika. And we went to court. Phaedra was my attorney. Yeah, so I got a long history in Atlanta. Even Biggie co-signing.
I knew Tamika Raymond and y'all had some kind of issue, but I didn't know you was like, oh, she might pull up on.
I was at Phaedra's wedding to Apollo. That's why I know Apollo so well. I was at the club with Peter before he even married Cynthia. That's why I know Peter so well. I'm cool with Cynthia because of Peter, but Cynthia got mad at me because I sided with Nene. So, it's all Nene used to hate me, but now we cool because Nene understand that she gonna be talked about. You know what I mean? So it's like I got a relationship with everybody. Simon, I was in the club with Simon way back in the day before he even married Fallon. Okay, Simon used to own the Bottle Bar in Buckhead. Then he owned Time in Midtown. So Simon is a restaurateur. We be at all the clubs drinking. Simon buy all the drinks. I kept telling y'all that at the beginning when this whole thing about Portia came out. I was like, Portia, I don't know if they was dating back then, but they knew each other. You know what I mean? So
he wasn't somebody new.
Fallon came on the show because of Portia. So it's just sort of like, it's a lot.
Wow. See, a lot of people don't know that history. Like, your roots go deep into this. And like, people don't realize that you had all the exclusives back in the day when it came to Atlanta Housewives. Like, everybody came to your blog straight from the A. Everybody came there to get the tea. Because a lot of people don't know this, but you had an interview with Sweetie, Kim's assistant. Like, that, whoa. Like, that is crazy. I would love to hear what Sweetie has to say now since the divorce and everything.
Right. I think she moved. I don't know if she moved back to Nigeria or not. I know she got married. She was from Nigeria. She had a big, huge Nigerian wedding and stuff. So that was a while ago. I guess they still married. But yeah.
Yeah, I seen like an old one down. I was trying to find information on her. And I had seen that she had like a Instagram and she was selling some kind of product. I just don't know remember what it was, but I have to see if I can find it again because her name is like Sweetie Hughes or something.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
Well,
so I gotta find
AT2.
Yes, thank you for coming up and being so open and honest, and also just showing love and support to other content creators, not just me, everybody. Because like
anytime,
I said,
and feel free to come over to my house too, child. You can come over there. Don't be scared.
Yes, I definitely will. Well, thank you for coming up. I appreciate you.
All right.
Have a good one. Man, that was Michelle, y'all. Make sure y'all go ahead and check out Michelle Atlien Brown. Y'all already know the channel, so don't even act like y'all don't. Someone sent a super chat. Hold on. Michelle is the real celebrity, and they can't stand it because she don't lie. Oh, and thank you, Kay. I appreciate that too. And thank you, Nani. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, y'all. We're going to go ahead and end the show right there. That was a positive note right there. So we're going to go ahead and just cut it out right there. End on a positive note. That's what I like to do. I want to say thank y'all for all of y'all opinion. Whether you agree or you don't agree with me, I'm completely fine with it. Just don't be disrespectful. But I'm fine with y'all opinion. I love that this is a place where y'all feel comfortable enough to come over to express your opinion. So I don't take that for granted. I just want to say thank you to all my AT2bers. Thank you to everybody who's been rocking with me. We well on our way to 48K. We almost there. We're almost at 48K. Soon enough, we're going to be at 50K. And again, thank you to Michelle for coming by. Sean was in the chat. He said he's on a plane right now. Hopefully he makes it safely. Safe travels. But we appreciate y'all. We're going to go ahead and get the hell up out of here. We'll be back later, y'all. But deuces, we out.
Kamala Harris, why is she in my DM? Huh? She stay in my DM. Oh, y'all be thinking I'm playing. I'm not playing. Kamala Harris. She in my DM, bitch.